Hello, everybody. Live breaking news. The European Union is trying to interfere in U.S. elections by sending a very dark, ominous 1984 style letter to Elon Musk about their live interview today, Monday, August 12th at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Holy macadamia nut. But first, we've got a lot to cover. I'm traveling. So, again, I apologize for the audio and video. I'm going to share with you what that letter entailed and what they sent to Elon Musk. But first, Trump is back on X. By the way, follow me on X at Professor Nez. I post a lot of stuff that I can't post here on X that is extremely interesting and really follows with the critical thinking and critical discernment that mainstream media never presents. So make sure you follow me on X at Professor Nez. This is his very first post back on X that you see right here. I want to share this amazing video that already has over 8,000 comments, millions and millions of impressions. Check this out.
Now project the winner of the presidential race. Donald Trump wins the presidency. What started off as unlikely, impossible, is now reality.
I will fight for you with every breath in my body, and I will never, ever let you down.
We have a president who actually fulfilled the promises he made during the campaign, securing the border to foreign policy.
He now has a record as president that's pretty damn impressive.
Breaking news out of Palm
The
Beach,
FBI
Florida.
has executed an unprecedented search warrant at President Donald Trump's Mar-a-Lago
former
estate.
president has both sides of the political aisle up
Is
in
a
arms.
dangerous and unstable moment in American history.
The Justice Department has just indicted former President Donald Trump.
For 7 years, they hated him, they targeted him, they hunted him.
This is the epitome of the abuse of the prosecutorial power to preempt political decisions.
I never thought anything like this could happen in America. The only crime that I have committed is to fearlessly defend our nation from those who seek to destroy it. The more that a broken system tells you that you're wrong, the more certain you should be that you must keep pushing ahead. They want to take away my freedom because I will never let them take away your freedom. They want to silence me because I will never let them silence you. They're not coming after me, they're coming after you, and I just happen to be standing in their way, and I will never be moving. On November 5th, 2024, justice will be done. We will take back our country, and we will make America great again. America will always rise to every challenge and overcome every danger.
Donald Trump seems to always get stronger when challenged. These types of things, I think, give him strength.
When I'm reelected, I will totally obliterate the deep state. As long as we have pride in our beliefs, courage in our convictions, and faith in our God, then we will not fail.
Wow. Give me a comment down below. I don't know what it is. Is it just me? I always feel so much more inspired, a sense of renewed pride in my country, the country that has afforded all of us, not just American citizens, the entire world, amazing opportunities as being the forefront, the freedom fighters who actually care about other countries enjoying the same constitutional liberties that we do. I never feel that way when I listen to Biden talk. I never felt that way when I listened to Clinton talk. I never felt that way, not even a shred of a molecule close when I hear Copycat Kamala speak. Do you? Let me know in the comments down below. Now, here is the letter that I want to kind of share with you, which is just mind-boggling and perhaps even reinforces the fact that Kamala Harris is losing because they're trying everything in their power to stop this man. Remember, they tried to bleed his bank account. You saw in that beautiful promo unprecedented raids on his home, unprecedented condemnations, indictments against him, where every legal scholar, legal expert said they're completely meritless. They've done everything in their power to strip him. They've woken up the entire corporate media system. I'm going to show you that in just a second as well. Also, stick around, because Trump also dropped 20 core policies. 20 core policies. Remember, Kamala Harris doesn't have one policy. She doesn't have one achievement. She doesn't have one vote. She has 0 delegates, and she executed a coup against a sitting president. She is everything vile, everything detestable, everything representative of the deep state that Trump is going to obliterate. But I'm going to share with you these 20 core promises that he has posted on X. Again, he's back on X. It's just so absolutely powerful. But first, let's go into this. So this is what I want to share with you right now. So here you have right here. Let me just share this with you. So this is the letter, okay? The European Union has sent a letter to Elon Musk, owner of X. They have a huge, unscripted, totally spontaneous, off the cuff, out of the blue interview today on X. I'll talk to you a little bit about that later, but just right now, let me just say this. The European Union has sent a letter to Elon Musk, which you see on the screen right now, demanding that he censor Donald Trump in their upcoming interview, threatening him with quote unquote legal obligations if he fails to stop the quote disinformation, end quote. Europeans are interfering in American elections, my fellow Americans in this nation. Quote, this notably means ensuring on one hand that freedom of expression and of information, including media freedom and pluralism, are effectively protected. And on the other hand, that all proportionate and effective mitigation measures are put in place regarding the amplification. Look at this garbage here. The amplification. Look, I will post this. I already have posted this on X if you want to see and read this whole thing. I'm just kind of giving you essentially the highlights right now. But this is the main paragraph that I'm reading to you right now. Effective mitigation measures are put in place regarding the amplification of harmful content, whatever the hell that means. This is as communistic, socialistic, Marxist, Stalinism as you could ever conjure up. This is a direct attack on our constitutional liberties, on freedom of speech, on the Bill of Rights, on everything democracy should stand for, everything that our republic stands on. How do they deem the amplification of harmful content? And they also say in connection with relevant events, including live stream, which if unaddressed might increase the risk profile of X and generate detrimental effects on civic discourse and public security. Remember, I did a video where literally the authorities in the UK threatened Elon Musk, threatened American citizens, anybody posting anything online. Just a simple social media post can get you jail time in the UK. So Europe has fallen. The UK has fallen. Are we next? That's the big question. Let me know in the comments what you think. Even further, moreover, this is important against the background of recent examples of public unrest brought about by the amplification of content that promotes hatred. How do you define that? Disorder. How do you define that? Incitement to violence. How do you define that? Or certain instances of disinformation. How do you define that? I don't know about you guys, but I love the fact that we have freedom of speech. I love the fact that we have freedom of expression. I love the fact that Congress shall not enact any law abridging our rights to free speech. And if we want the state to define these things, that, ladies and gentlemen, is communism. If we're not allowed to express ourselves in a society, Europe has become North Korea, essentially. That's what's happened. And if we're not careful, I'm telling you right now, this is why I keep saying this is the most consequential election of our lives. If we are not careful, this is going to happen to us here in the US. So this was written by Thierry Breton, the European Commission president. You can see the 12th of August, 2024, today, Brussels. This is an absolute travesty. It is an absolute attack on freedom of speech, and we cannot have that. It is unreal that that is something that people are actually entertaining. And so let me just hear what your thoughts are on that. Holy macadamia nut. In other news, okay, let me share this. Look at this absolute garbage. I can't wait for you guys to comment on that. Kamala Harris, somebody who has literally had zero policies, absolutely zero achievements, zero accomplishments, has just made the cover of Time magazine. And you can see in the bottom corner there, to the right of your screen, at the bottom of that cover, by the way, it was supposed to be the cover of Trump in that defiant moment when his life was attempted on, when he held his fist up and said, "Fight, fight." That was supposed to be the cover. But now Time magazine. You just can't hate the media enough. Wait till I show you this other post by CBS. This is why channels like mine are so important. This is why I beg of you to tap the thumbs up and share this with everybody. It's not because of vanity. We need to educate our fellow citizens. If we don't have an educated citizenry, we are done as a nation. They're going to steal the election again. We have to educate. It can't just be too big to rig. It needs to be impossible to rig, my fellow Americans. This is absolutely huge. You have essentially somebody who has zero policies, zero achievements, 4 years in office, zero delegates, committed a coup against the sitting president and illegally nominated herself to be president for the party. She destroyed San Francisco. She was a DEI VP pick, most unpopular vice president in the history of our country. And now it is her moment. I beg your pardon. Now it is her moment. Somebody make it make sense. Somebody please make it make sense. What do you guys think of that? Let me know in the comments down below, because I just don't understand how that makes sense. Remember, this is the person, ladies and gentlemen. I want to share this real fast. Remember, okay, this is the same individual who was given one task as vice president. She was given one task. We're facing the worst border crisis in the history of our country. Look at this post. She still hasn't deleted this, by the way. This is a post back in Biden's very first year in office in 2021. Early, I mean, that's March 24th. We're facing the worst border crisis in the history of our country, and phony Kamala was assigned the task to address, quote unquote, it back in Biden's first year of office. Why should we trust her now? Don't we hire people in America based on experience, track record, accomplishments, and qualifications? I mean, can you imagine if the government was actually run like a business? If this was a position in some corporate, entity, the way it ought to be run, the government should be run. Would Vice President Kamala Harris still have a job? I mean, if the government was actually run, seriously now, like a business, the way it ought to, the way Trump ran it, actually, Kamala would have been terminated long ago. My question to you is, somebody answer this for me. Somebody educate me. I am humbling myself to you. Why is she allowed to commit grave error after grave error, impacting the lives of millions of Americans with her DEI didn't earn it? Lack of skills, diminished capacity, zero track record, and a resume consisting of a litany of travesties, such as the aftermath of what she did to California. She was the DA and AG of California and San Francisco. San Francisco is a dystopia. California is experiencing the largest budget deficit in history, the largest exodus of small, medium, large businesses and residents alike in the history of the state. California, my state, which I love, it's an absolute travesty. How are we allowing this to happen? Can somebody please explain that? She had one task, ladies and gentlemen. She literally had one task. Somebody tell me how this is happening. Okay, as if you couldn't hate the media enough, check this out. A lot of stuff to cover today. Holy mackerel. As if you couldn't hate the media enough, I want you to notice something here. Okay? So, Commie Kamala, or sometimes known as Copycat Kamala, basically copied Trump's policy of no tips on hospitality workers. This is CBS News. Today, Vice President Kamala Harris is rolling out a new policy position saying she'll fight to end taxes on tips for service and hospitality workers. How nice. Trump said that months ago. Look at this. Same exact policy. I want you to see if you can notice the difference. This is back in June, 2 months ago. Former President Donald Trump's vow to stop taxing tips would cost the federal government up to $250 billion over 10 years, according to a nonpartisan watchdog group. Who the hell ever that is? Some unqualified, meritless, completely out of left field, probably a made-up corporate phrase by the woke mafia media. This is the same exact policy. Do you notice a difference, ladies and gentlemen, my fellow Americans? Do you notice a difference? As if you couldn't hate corporate media, woke, this is why I keep saying Trump was right about everything. The woke, fake mafia media news is an abomination. This is why channels like mine, my fellow Americans, I beg you, look at the difference. I mean, this is like night and day. Only the most critically adept, exercising critical discernment, the closest of readers, the smartest, most intelligent critical thinkers can see and spot the difference. Let me know in the comments, what do you think of that? I mean, that is an absolute travesty. Let me know in the comments what you think of that. Holy macadamia nut. If that doesn't get you mad, I don't know what does. Okay, I'm going to end on a good note. This is why we have to stay vigilant. This is why we must exercise our critical thinking. Okay, I want to share this with you. And then I'm going to talk about the live stream today. I'm going to talk about the live stream happening today. I could just talk about it right now. I'm actually going to be, I don't think I'm going to be live streaming this, but I will be talking about it. So this is really important. Trump just released 20 core promises to make America great again. And I have posted this on my X account. Again, follow me at Professor Nez. I'm just at Professor Nez everywhere. Facebook, X, Rumble, everywhere. This is absolutely phenomenal. Number one, seal the border and stop the migrant invasion. Sounds good to me. Carry out the largest deportation operation in American history. Yeah, get those cartel thug members out of here. End inflation and make America affordable again. Sounds good to me. Make America the dominant energy producer in the world. Drill, baby, drill. That sounds fantastic to me. Stop outsourcing and turn the United States into manufacturing superpower. Sounds fantastic. Large tax cuts for workers and no tax on tips. Originally his idea. Defend our Constitution, our Bill of Rights, and our fundamental freedoms, including freedom of speech, freedom of religion, and the right to keep and bear arms. There's been many instances where the Biden-Kamala regime has, in effect, said that they're going to take away the guns, essentially. Number 8, prevent World War III, restore peace, and build a great Iron Dome missile defense shield over our entire country, all made in America. Can you imagine the jobs that will create? Can you imagine the opportunities that will create? Can you imagine what that's going to do to the American economy? Number 9, end the weaponization of government against the American people. That's 100%. Stop the migrant crime epidemic, demolish the foreign drug cartels, crush gang violence, and lock up violent offenders. Refund the police, not defund the police. Number 11, rebuild our cities, including Washington, D.C., making them safe, clean, and beautiful again. I love this list. Let me know what you think in the comments. Strengthen and modernize our military, making it without question the strongest and most powerful in the world. That sounds amazing. We need that. Peace through strength. Number 13, keep the US dollar as the world's reserve currency. Of course, America number 1. Number 14, fight for and protect Social Security and Medicare with no cuts, including no changes to the retirement age. That affects literally millions and millions of Americans. Good for you, Trump. Number 15, cancel the electric vehicle mandate and cut costly and burdensome regulations. Huge. Everybody's going to prosper under Trump, I promise you. Number 16, cut federal funding for any school. Yes, pushing critical race theory, radical gender ideology, and other inappropriate racial, sexual, or political content on our children. I don't care what you do in the privacy of your own home. Just leave my kids alone. Everybody put that in the comments. Leave my kids alone right now. Number 17, keep men out of women's sports. What we saw at the Olympics was an absolute abomination. We literally made domestic violence an Olympic sport and gave men medals for beating up women. Travesty. Number 18, something Kamala's in favor of, by the way, and so is Tim Walz, who puts tampons in boys' restrooms in elementary school. How does that make sense? Number 18, deport pro-Hamas radicals and make our college campuses safe and patriotic again. Wouldn't that be a dream come true? The propagandist machine. I can speak to that personally as somebody, as a firsthand witness, somebody who's taught at some of the most prestigious universities. I was absolutely dumbstruck every time I saw the policies roll out. And they emailed them to us every term. Number 19, secure our elections, including same-day voting, voter identification, paper ballots, and proof of citizenship. You need ID to buy a drink. You need ID to buy a gun. You need ID to enter an airplane, to take a flight somewhere. Why are we asking, why is it such a complex thing, such an asinine policy to actually demand that when we vote for people who have power over our legislation, which governs our very lives? It makes no sense. Number 20, unite our country by bringing it to new and record levels of success. I don't know about you guys, but I love this. If you want to see these in full Technicolor, go to my X account. I also posted on our community tab on YouTube. You can check them out in full. I dare you right now to find me one policy besides stealing Trump's no tax on tips, one policy that Copycat Commie Kamala stands for. You still can't find anything on her website. I dare you. If you do, post it down below, because I still don't see anything of the sort. Okay, so this interview tonight, let's talk about this. So there is going to be an interview, okay, with Elon Musk tonight, and it's going to be big. And let me just share this really fast. Hold on one second, please. So this is happening here. And it's going to be a live interview on an X space, Donald Trump and Elon Musk. It's going to break the internet. I think it's probably going to crash the server. We're going to see a lot of problems. I doubt that this is going to run smoothly. It's happening Monday, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, 5 p.m. Pacific. I am traveling and essentially using hotel Wi-Fi as I record this. I'm probably not going to go live, but you better believe I'm going to talk about it, and I will share with you the highlights. If I know, if things turn out the way I think they will, this interview is going to be exciting and powerful, but it's going to be long and laborious. I highly recommend you sign up for our free newsletter down below in the pinned comment, show notes, and description of this video, because it will behoove you, because I will cover a breakdown of the highlights. That's what you want. Sitting through this for 3, 4, 5 hours, it's going to be long. Granted, it's going to be amazing. It's groundbreaking and it's historic, but it's going to be long and laborious. And so I highly recommend you hang out and check out our recap, and I will share with you all the highlights. So subscribe, follow. The best way is to sign up for our free newsletter down below so you don't miss anything. I highly, highly recommend you do that so you don't have to sit through this thing, which could take up, 3, 4, 5 hours. I think it will. It's going to be historic. It's going to be big, but it's going to be too cumbersome, I think, for anybody. And I actually think the servers on X are going to crash, and there's going to be a lot of technical difficulties. So given my circumstance and context, I'm unable to go. I would love to go live with y'all and cover it, but I'm unable to do it. But you better believe your butts, there will be a recap and a highlight video coming very, very soon, shortly afterwards. So make sure you stick around for that. Check out these videos coming up on the screen right now. Follow, subscribe down there. And as always, may God bless you and may God bless America. I'll see you soon.